Hello folks and welcome back to another Wise Gamer video. Today we're playing Legions, World of Warcraft, and we're going after a cool item called the Rocfeather Skyhorn Kite. It kind of works like those gliders we've been using in Warlords of Draenor, but with this it's got a shorter cooldown on it or whatnot, and it doesn't spawn quite as long as I don't think the Kite does, but they do share the same cooldown, so keep that in mind. Now these are handy again for if you want to just like kite off of a cliff and just to get around broken aisles a lot quicker than always just on foot or by a land mount. So here we're going to show you how to get this thing, and let's get the ball rolling with that. Now, first of all, we're using this location. I'm going to be coming here between each feather that I get. You got to get 4 total to make this. And I'm coming to the location called Skyhorn in High Mountain at the flight path area. So that's why I'm coming back here, because I still had to look up the locations for each kite. So for me to do that, I had to come back here to look at those locations. So the first one we're going to go to, when you leave Skyhorn, you're going to go to the left. You're going to leave from the left, go over this path here with the bridges. And we're just going to keep following this path right up here, or this trail. We're not doing that. Just happened to kick in. And just follow this up and around. And over here, we're going to take a right. Now, there's a cave back here, and I think a lot of times people think that it's inside that cave, but it's not. So I'm going to show you exactly where the path is. So we're just going to try to ride past these mobs, because I don't feel like fighting, unless if I really have to necessarily do so. We're just going to go up this path. Watch out here, you could slide off. And we're going to start seeing, see that branch sticking out? See the treasure box at the end? You got to carefully walk down and across that and click on that. And that's where the first kite is. That's called the Derelict Skyhorn Kite. And again, the coordinates here is 53, 51. And the path that we took starts at 55, 53, chord-wise, coordinates. Again, that's going to be 53, 51 is the actual location, and the path coming here is 55, 53. And just carefully go out there. The first time I did this, I actually fell. Okay, now I use my gliders here. I'm still using my gliders here because I happen to have a few on me. And then we're going to land back at Skyhorn. Now, you don't have to do it this way. Like I said, I did this mainly for making the video, so I could check on my notes as I'm progressing through the video. Now, if you look at my cursor, that's where we're going to start heading to next. And these areas are all pretty close to each other. So now we're going to leave Skyhorn now to the right up. And just follow this path now, or trail. And I'm just going to double check my map here and see if we're heading in the right direction, the right area. And the path starts for this one at 5236. And this is called the Shimmering Rocfeather. So again, the path's going to start at 5236. And again, we all should have coordinates built into our world map system. Going to come up here, get on this little path. Always double check your map. And I'm just going to try to get past any mobs that we possibly can. And hook shop left here. Follow this path up. Just keep going all the way up here. And you could also use the kites as you get them. If you don't have the glider kits that I have, you could actually use these kites as you pick them up. Just make sure you activate them by dragging them onto the bar, onto your bar, and then clicking on them from the bar. Okay, now we have to go up this trail right here, And see that big bird up on the top? That's who we have to kill. Now, he's not necessarily holding on to the item that we need, but he's blocking the box right up on the top here. So you got to kill him. And I think there's a little mob with him too. I'm cutting out the fight scenes just to make the video shorter. I was able to save 5 minutes by doing that. So I made an 18-minute video into like a 12. You don't need to see the fights. They're very basic, but they're a little lengthy. See, I didn't have the kite that I just picked up. I didn't have it on my boss. I almost fell, but luckily I was fast enough to use my hand glider. I mean my glider kit. Okay, so now again I'm coming back up the Skyhorn, but again you don't have to do this because you're going to see why in a couple of minutes. We could have actually went for the third one I'm going for now, called the Delicate Rocfeather. We could have actually went for this one before the one that we just got, which was the Shimmering, because as we could see, as we leave the base, it's the next left just past it. So let me see. The coordinate starts at let's see. The actual coordinates for this is 4744. And again, for the second feather that we already got, the Shimmering Rocfeather, that was 4937 is where the actual location is. Now, when you grab that, that little guy's going to attack you. So you just kill him off, and then you're good to go. Now you could use the glider, glide off this cliff or whatnot, but I'm still going to head back now to Skyhorn. And again, I'm just pointing up at the coordinates on the top left of my game to show you guys again where that location was. So now we got 3 feathers so far. We got the Derelict, the Shimmering, and we got the Delicate. Now we're going for the Gleaming Rocfeather. And this is, the coordinates for this is going to be 4940. And again, it's in the same direction as the last 2 that we have just gotten. So you could do these 3 without coming back to the base. You go left here if you want to get that one first. And then you could go for this one if you want secondly. And then the other one that I've gotten after this. This way you'll be hitting all 3 of them in order. Now this fight up here can take a while. This bird's pretty tough. He's not on a lead or anything, but he takes a while to kill. And the first time I actually fought him, you got to watch out. He's got a kick. And the kick is a pretty strong kick, and he actually kicked me off this cliff. So just be careful when you're fighting him about that. Besides that, he's just a normal fight, and he actually has the item on him. It's not a box, which is the Gleaming Rocfeather. Now we got all 4 feathers. And again, I'm going to go over the coordinates really quick. The Derelict, the first one I went for is 5351. The Shimmering Rocfeather is 4937. Delicate Rocfeather is 4744. And the Gleaming Rocfeather that we just got now is 4940. They are all located near the area called the Skyhorn High Mountain Flight Point or Camp. Now we're going to go back and we're going to make the kite. So it's a pretty easy thing to get once you know the locations of them. Now you just open up your bag and click on one of the feathers. I don't think it matters which feather. And it should now actually make the kite for you. It's actually a toy. So it's going to eventually end up in your toy box. Now this may be different because I did this on 2 tunes. And 1 tune, it was automatically in my toy box. But when I just did it on this tune, I had to actually find the item in the bag and then add it to my toy box by clicking on it. So sometimes they automatically add to the toy box. Other times you got to find them in your bag, click on it. Now drag it onto a spot on your bar, and now you're able to use it. And this is the actual final kite. Now I'm just going to take you guys to an area and show you how it works. See how it looks. And we also got an achievement by doing that too, called having a ball. Just try to find a high spot here that I could land into without dying. And then I'll probably just hot stone or use my what's that thing called? I made a video on it. The Flight Master's whistle. That's it. And that's it, folks. Have a good one.